Lunchtime Live, the show that allows you a unique access to the music, story, and words of the area's most phenomenal local artists and bands. I'm your host, Misha Sissikin. What are we waiting for? Let's get started. All right, and this is Lunchtime Live, coming to you from the campus of California State University, San Bernardino. For the next hour, you are going to hear some phenomenal music from one of San Diego's, San Bernardino's, or Riverside County's greatest local bands. Today, we are joined by Art Barrios of the band Indian School from Ontario and Montclair. And we're glad you can join us today. I'm your host, Misha Sissikin. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome, Art.
Welcome. Thanks.
Well, glad to have you here, for sure.
Glad to be here.
Glad you can take some time out of your busy schedule to get in here. Okay, let's just start. Okay, Indian School. How long have you guys been together as a band? I guess little note here. You were the only one that can come in today due to schedule conflicts, right?
Yeah, I was the only one, but it's probably better that way.
All right. So it's not just a one-man band, just letting you know.
No, it's not. There's other guys, but they don't need to be here.
Okay, so this is the heart of the band. That's what you're saying. Okay, so how long have you guys been together?
Indian School has been together. It's been about a year, I would say. We were kind of putting the band together, and we started. The first thing we did was record, but we didn't actually start playing shows until about a year ago. So it's been about a year.
Okay, right on. I mean, it's pretty good because you guys have a uniform sound already. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, have you guys been in other bands together, or have you been?
Yeah, the nucleus of Indian School, me, our drummer Gabe, and Justo plays bass, was in a band called Audiocrati.
Okay.
And so we were a band for a few years and put out a couple of records through some independent labels. And we had kind of had a head start and kind of had an idea as to what we wanted Indian School to be. So. Yeah.
Okay, because if you guys have only been together about a year, I mean, it sounds like you guys have either played together before, or I mean, you've had some experience.
Yeah, we've been playing together since we were little kids too. So it's
all right.
We were kind of ready.
Right on. Now, how long have you been involved in music?
Since I was a little kid, like we started playing together when we were like 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
So quite a while. That's when I started learning playing guitar, and then I started getting involved in like local bands and stuff when I was about 16 or 17.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Now, I mean, would you argue that you guys have something, Indian School has something to them that makes you stand out among other artists in the area?
Well, I don't want to say that we have something better than like other local bands.
By all means, this is the show to brag on. I
really?
mean, by all means,
this is the show?
This show spotlights,
case. No, I would say just I don't know. I mean, I think that my main focus or our main focus is songs. I think the problem with a lot of local bands, I don't mean this specifically in the Inland Empire, I mean this generally in my experience, is that sometimes bands, for lack of better, they just don't know how to write a song.
Okay.
And so they go on these 2-minute jam sessions, and what that secretly means is that they don't know how to write a song.
Right.
So we don't want to do that, and so we strive to really focus on songwriting and craft and stuff like that, and that's a big thing for us. And I think maybe that we stand out in that regard.
Okay, yeah, right on. I mean, we'll hear an example of that shortly, but yeah, it's just your guys' tracks just they have a good sound to them. I mean, everything's there. It's uniform. And you got the structure like you were talking about, for sure.
Thanks.
For sure. Now, what would you guys characterize yourself as? I mean, what kind of, would you put a label on you, a genre, anything like that, or you just kind of strive to be whatever?
Yeah, we just kind of just wing it and see what happens. Like the tag we've gotten is indie, which is, I don't really like it. It doesn't really make any sense if you really deconstruct what indie means. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
So that's the tag that we usually get. So yeah, we're just a rock and roll band, as simple as it gets. And yeah, we just I try to write pop songs, and then I kind of try to like make them kind of pissy. And that's basically what we try.
That is an
try to
interesting
do.
characterization.
Yeah, and a lot of great bands have done that, like Nirvana, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah,
but that's essentially what we're trying to do.
Okay, all right.
It's like we're pissed off, but we're chewing bubble gum inside. You know what I mean? That's kind of it.
I like that. That is. I don't think I've ever heard it put that way.
Yeah.
That's good. So, okay. Do you guys all write songs, or is there someone who sits there and writes more than the other, or take us a little bit through that process?
The process. Yeah, we all write, and we all are involved heavily in the songwriting process. But typically, it starts with just like a simple verse and a chorus. Like sometimes they all come with a band, like, hey, I've got this. It's like really just like stripped down and lean. It's on an acoustic guitar typically, and then based around that, we start to kind of put in the layers to the song, and we add an additional guitar, and the piano comes in, and then we start thinking about harmonies, and so it starts with that, and it just kind of just expands from there, and that's the song. That's basically it.
Okay. Before we go any further, let's can you tell us about the other members in the band, the names, what they play? That way we get a better sense of it.
There's Gabe Camacho. He plays drums.
Okay.
Eric Wood is the piano multi-instrumentalist, I guess. Anthony Leach is the lead guitarist, and Justo Gonzalez is the bass player.
Okay.
5.
Well, okay, cool. Now we'll get into the first song here. We're gonna hear a little bit of "Rob Your House."
Okay.
So again, I just wanted you to introduce the other members. That way we can, because we're gonna hear what they can do. So we're gonna take a listen to it right now and get an example of that, and then you can tell us a little bit about whatever you need to know, whatever you need to tell us about it.
Sure.
All right. So this is "Rob Your House" by Indian School here on Lunchtime Live.